This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live for July 5th, 2014. Fans, it's great to be back. It's not Friday, but it is Saturday, and I got some cool comic book stuff to share with you today. So glad to be back. It's been a really long time since I've been coming at you live. Been so busy lately, still behind in reading my books, but when I get the chance, I read the books. You know how I roll with it. Usually I do a lot of my reading at night. Then I fall asleep, watch some TV, just cold chilling. So we are live, and it is good to be live. I'm just kind of checking out the comments and everything. You know, it's been a long time since I've done one of these shows, and I haven't done a lot of publicity or anything of that nature. I did talk with some folks on Facebook today, though, and I was going to let them know that I have some new things I got in the mail from Amazon.com, some new trade paperbacks and some hard covers. So I'm going to share you those. I'm going to share those titles with you here in a minute. I just want to give quick shout outs to those people that wanted to see these items, and I tell you, one of them is our good friend Mark from the UK, MAW quadruple 01. It's either 4 zeros or 5 zeros, but you know, everyone knows Ma. Good old Mark W. So let's see what we got here on the action here. See what we see on here. So we do have Mark Williams. We have our good friend Justin White. Gare. Y'all all know Gare from 1Z Angelique. Matt Mills, a.k.a. Gretzky. Dustin Rankhorn, a.k.a. Rank, and the Skylander Master, Steve Smith. So big shout outs to you guys, and thank you so much for wanting to see this stuff on a live show, and just thanks for all the support, because it's been kind of rough lately. I've been just really tired. I haven't felt like making any videos, and like Captain Strangelove said a while back, man, I just kind of miss the old days when it was a lot smaller. No disrespect to anyone, you know, in the community or anything. I just kind of reminiscing, you know, just the old classic times back in the day. So let me show you what I have. Some big ticket stuff that I haven't shown yet, and I may have never shown this before. But I've been doing, I love the Artifact statues by Kotobukiya, and one of the things I'm getting into is they have a Marvel Now Avengers set, and it kind of looks like that, the Avengers set. So the ones I already have, I've got Hulk, and this one here is Black Widow. I haven't unboxed this yet. This set here, this is snap fit, so it's, you know, heavy duty pieces that just snap together in place. I know the Hulk had the legs, the torso, and the head that all snap together, so I'm sure hers might be similar, maybe just the torso and legs, because Black Widow here does have some long, nice legs, that's for sure. But I'm ordering all these. These are, you know, your pretty much main Avengers from the movie. So I've got Hulk, Black Widow. I've ordered Thor, Hawkeye, Captain America, and then the previews for September that are out now in July for September. I ordered the Iron Man wearing that gold and black armor. Looks so sweet. Going to display those bad puppies. I'm always telling you about that I'm going to get some bookshelves soon, but as you see behind me, I still don't have bookshelves. I still just have a crap ton of boxes that most of them are filled with Fantastic Four, which I am still planning on doing my complete Fantastic Four collection plus annuals, and give you 1 through 11 on Volume 1 of FF that took place right after Fantastic Four 588. We went about 11 issues to get up to 599, and then Booyah! Issue 600 came out, and then, you know, book ordering went back to normal up until issue 611, and then they had the first Marvel Now volume that ran, I guess, God, I can't remember, maybe 14 issues, 20, I don't remember. And now they're doing another, they have the Marvel Now, which is going on too, which will probably come to a halt May 2015 because this douchebag guy at Marvel wants to cancel the Fantastic Four book because he thinks it'll be too much publicity for the Fox movie Fantastic Four. So we got a bunch of that shit to look forward to. Stupid bastards. Okay. Alright, so right now we have a great friend of ours in the comments. GPAP, aka Gene Paul Ace Peter. He's just checking out the great legend. And tonight I'm not going to go too long. A lot of times, fans, I do take a full hour, sometimes more than an hour. But a lot of these books I'm going to show you, you've probably already read. But, you know, just kind of, you also see I'm not wearing my hat. The two I do have, they're around here. So, oh, here it is, right here. I guess I need to be official. Although this thing does get hot as hell when I wear it. Ooh, you know what else I saw? Me and my dad and my brother saw X-Men Days of Future Past. Oh, what a damn good movie. You know, I never did read the Chris Claremont. I think he did it. John Byrne, maybe. I don't even remember. I'm not a huge X-Men guy, but damn good movie. I really enjoyed it. I mean, they could have just end the whole X-Men franchise of movies with that movie. Man, it's so good. And it's always good seeing Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, as well as Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart as the old Professor X and Magneto. Just so good to see him in there, and it's good to see the new guys too. Just a damn good movie. Real Mystique heavy, real bow and arrow Hunger Games girl heavy, Jennifer Lawrence, but I thought she did a damn good job. Love the little cameo at the end with Kelsey Grammer as Beast. I'm sure most of you have seen it by now. I usually wait a long time before I see these shows. But let's go ahead and let's check the comments one more time. Gene Paul's back, baby. FF number 129. Still after that book. And then he says Thundra, which I think that's Thundra's first appearance. God, there's so many little Fantastic Four type people that I forget them all. But for Gene Paul Ace Peter, we're going to show number 129. Because, you know, we don't have a lot watching right now. And I've been kind of out of the loop lately. So, you know, I got them back there. Might as well pull out 129 for you. I think that's going to be in my second box. Because starting up here, my Fantastic Fours, issue 2, all the way down to whatever. Let's see what we got here for you, G-Pat. Oh, well, checky. Didn't take that long. All right. What I see here is a fine, I'd say it's about a fine 6.0. I can't remember my CGC lingo. It's been so long. But here we go. Fantastic Four. Stand away. Medusa claims Ben Grimm. No, he belongs to Thundra. There it is right there. Very cool issue. Beautiful in Mylar. I mean, this book is clean, very good. A little dirty on the cover. I mean, I give this one probably a cut. It could even be a 5. But it's a great, just a great reader copy. Great copy overall. Also has the Fratful 4 in it. So that's your GPAP issue 129. I'll sell this to you for $500. I'm just kidding. But yeah, this one, let me look at this one. It looks pretty good. Pretty big. Good book there. I think this is a pretty book. It's good colors on here. Look at that though. For GPAP. Cool book. Let's see what else we got here. Alright, still just chilling with the GPAP. It's always good to have him on here. Okay, so we've been going about 10 minutes, I think. Minus this down and get on with the show. Alright, let me show you some of the books that I've been reading. Recently, I've bagged and boarded these two because I'm behind on both of these volumes, actually. Lone Ranger 23, right there by Dynamite. Love the art in these books. I have not really read any though, but they're pretty nice and bloody. And then, of course, we have our Walking Dead. What are we on here now? This is 11 of 12, issue 125. This is the latest of The Walking Dead that I pulled out of my collection. I have a long box with about, I would say maybe a month and a half worth of books. And what I'll do is I get them straight, from mycomicshop.com. They come in just a package. Has the invoice on the cover of the little, set of comics. So I file everything by date, and then, when I'm done reading one stack, then I'll go to the long box, get another one, and read that. And then after I'm done, I'll usually bag and board them. But for those, I've already bagged and boarded because I haven't read any of them. One that I'm really digging, and I think it's just a 4-issue mini, or that's what I've been hearing, is IDW's Rocky and Bullwinkle. This is issue number 2. Love this book. It's set up the same way the cartoon was pretty much. What they've been doing here is issue 1 and issue 2 have been Rocky Bullwinkle stories going off with Boris and Natasha, against them. And then usually we'll have one of those classic Dukes of Hazzard, middle of the show climax scenes where the car's jumping over there and old Merrill Haggard says, well, the boy's going to get out of trouble on this one. Well, I don't know. Or like Batman, the guy, the narrator of the Batman, he says, will the crime crusader get out of the pit of piranhas? Let's see what other perilous acts, blah, blah, blah. So it does one of those. And halfway, usually in the book, then it starts up a little side story of Dudley Do-Right. And that's funny. Those are always funny as hell. And then after the Dudley Do-Right story, back to the main Rocky and Bullwinkle plot line against Boris and Natasha. So this is issue 2. Issue 4 is actually going to have an Angry Birds variant, which I ordered that because I like those. Also have I think I ordered a variant of the Angry Birds comic book that has Pie Pie on the cover, just smacking all the birds around. I think that's pretty damn cool. So there's also an Angry Birds comic, and I'm not sure if I've unboxed that issue yet, but I've been getting that one too for my son to read. So Rocky and Bullwinkle, very good for kids and adults alike. If you're a fan of the show that was on in the 60s, you'll be a fan of this book. And it's only a 4-issue, which the issues might all be out by now. I'm not really sure. But because, like I said, I'm about a month and a half to 2 months behind. This one here, Constantine, issue 13. I have loved this whole series, but this issue, frankly, just wasn't really good. For one, the Forever Evil events are pretty much done in the Constantine storyline. Of course, the Justice League Dark and all them, they were fighting Blight, so their path of Forever Evil was a different path, where they were fighting against Nick Necro and old that stupid, bald, freaky magic guy's name. I can't remember it all of a sudden. But they were stopping the machine that was stealing all the magic powers from everybody. But this issue here was kind of like, he's trying to get someone to join the Cold Flame that doesn't want to join the Cold Flame and all this crap. And he's like, well, read my mind. And then the guy reads his mind, and then he reads his mind. And like, you get to see all this stuff going on. And I was like lost. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I'm like, I just want John Constantine to go back to his ways, just smoking and being an asshole dick. That's all I want. Don't give me this in my mind bullshit. If I want to read Professor X and Jean Grey type, telepathic crap, I'd read X-Men, which I got that book down here too. Anyways, so I didn't really dig that. Art's good, didn't dig it though. So I'm looking forward to Constantine issue 14, which many of you have probably already read. This one, always give props to the guy who told me about it, Roger 69501. This is Justice League 3000. An entertaining book, great art. It's Giffen and Mateus on the, I think it's Giffen on the plot line, Mateus on the dialogue, and then we got Howard Porter on the art. I think that's what it is about. But love this. They resurrected, or they've got the clone of Firestorm. Got him helping out, and this Firestorm's really awesome. He just wants to kill and stuff. So very cool. In the next issue, they should finally be going to save Green Lantern of Justice League 3000. So I'm excited for that. and I really dig it because it's such a funny, the dialogue between the characters is just excellent. All New X-Men, I'm still digging this comic. This one was a really good one too. This is issue 25. It had a lot of guest artists in there, and one of them was Bruce Timm, and I really enjoyed seeing Bruce Timm do Marvel artwork. I'm sure he's done a lot before, but I thought it was so cool because what if you go back in time, Days of Future Past style, you take Bruce Timm and you, instead of doing the Batman animated series, you have him do the old X-Men, the Fox X-Men cartoon. Let Bruce Timm do that, but leave those X-Men voices in there. Be pretty cool. I think Art Adams was in here too. There was just a lot of awesome people in this. It was a $4.99 book, which I think was kind of bullshit because it's monumental 25th issue. It feels a lot thicker, although they had promotions for a lot of their newer books, which that's bullshit. I hate when that happens. Roger talked about that in one of his latest videos, that one of the, I think it was a Justice League Dark book that he was showing, or he was showing one of his favorite DC books from New 52, and it was filled with a preview of that Grayson comic book. And you know, if you follow comics, or if you've been following preview catalogs or anything of that nature, you've known that they ended Nightwing with issue 30, and you know that they're going to do the Grayson comic. You don't need to see a preview of the Grayson comic. It was like a while back, you know, the DC New 52, we got the big-ass preview of Constantine. It seemed like that preview was in every single, like, book. I was like, okay, we know you're bringing Constantine out of the Vertigo universe, you're taking him out of Hellblazer, and you're putting him in to the New 52. We know this. Don't show us this crap, because we're going to buy it anyway. Well, at least a lot of the New 52. I wouldn't call us speculators. I'd just call us New 52 fans. You know what I mean? Like people that just love the New 52. Sure, we want to try out those first issues. Vertigo book that has been kicking a lot of ass. Another, you give shout-outs where shout-outs are due. Would have never read this if it wasn't for Tim Hallermouse. He is like our, in the community, he is our guide, if you will, our tourist guide to the city of Astro City here. Loved this issue. This issue we got to learn about this girl. You know, the bad thing is about Astro City, since it's a new world, I don't know her name that well. But mainly, she is a magic user. Her superhero powers are magic based. And she actually has this helper, or I don't want to call her a secretary, because she's way more than a secretary. She's like an Alfred type person, but not like a butler. Mainly, I guess, just someone that this woman hired to be an assistant, if you will. I guess an assistant's a good word. It's a damn good book, and the assistant actually saves the day. So I love Astro City because it's so different than your normal superhero type stuff. You know, it kind of reminds me of and y'all may have heard me, and I'll talk a little bit about this again when I show my Fantastic Four collection, but it kind of reminds me of that Marvel, the Marvel Age, where, you know, like in the 60s, Marvel did something completely different. What were they? They were doing romance books and monster books. I think that's what they were doing, if I believe, when it was Timely, then Atlas, and I think primarily they were doing romance, and they were doing big monster books, you know, Godzilla crap, sci-fi. It was the 60s, early 60s, late 50s, where kids were going to see these monumental films about end of the world, or all that stuff. God, I can't remember the names because I wasn't born in the 60s. But this kind of reminds me of Marvel Age stuff, where it's not so much about the hero defeating the villains, the hero saving the day, any of that kind of stuff. It's the people behind the tights. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that make the world go around, not just the superheroes, but the real life people. And that's the Marvel Age to me, because Marvel Age, like I've said before, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, and some of you already know Marvel Age, what it is. But 1958, when Carmine Infantino brought back one of the heroes, or rejuvenated him, I guess you bring back the hero, but it's a new hero. I know it's kind of hard to explain. It's not Jay Garrick anymore. It's Barry Allen. It's not Alan Scott anymore. It's Hal Jordan. Um, who else? Those are the big main two. Um, and of course, there's Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. But anyway, so Marvel, they ventured off into a comic that was more so. They said it like this: either, originally, here's what it was. And I can't remember the name. If you want the names, you'll have to ask Hippie, Hans, or a Howler, the three H's. They wanted a superhero book. And I think at first they wanted, say, the Atlas people said, let's bring back Captain America, Namor, and the Human Torch, the robot Human Torch. And they didn't want to do that. Stanley's like, if you want this done, let me do it on my terms. Let me create it. Let me do it. And either it's going to turn off to be an awesome superhero book with these 4 awesome characters that are close-knit like a family first, superheroes later, because you worry about that close-knit family instead of just wearing tights and fighting the fight to save all mankind. So it was either going to be a superhero book or it would just be a cool monster book, because we know it starts out with Mole Man unleashing that big-ass monster, and then you go back and you find out how everything led up to that point, which is just masterpiece by Stan Lee, and it worked. So yeah, I'm rambling on. Always rambling. I'm sorry about that, but that's kind of Marvel Age. And like I said before, it's family first. They didn't get their tights and their uniforms and all that crap till issue number 3. Also, it was the first time really Johnny and Reed and Sue and Ben, they didn't hide behind any Clark Kent or Hal Jordan working at the air base or CSI Barry Allen. They didn't hide behind any secret identities. They were just out there in front of the media, which was really kind of cool. So, just something totally different. And that's what I look at with Astro City. It's not exactly the same, but it's like something different, which Haller's always good about that, because when you listen to him do his videos, or you listen to Roger, or you listen to Captain Strangelove, anybody, you listen to him and you'll find things that you're like, wow, I didn't know that, or oh my god, that seems really interesting. And then you're like, you pick up a copy of it and you're like, damn, by God, these guys are right, this is a good story. So anyway, another one I got to show you was Word of Mouth. I think it was Audrey, Haller, a bunch of the people from the old Comic Talk podcast and the old Roundtable told me about these. East of West. Just an awesome image title. I know this is, I think, on issue 13 came out, so I read issue 11 earlier in the week. Continues to be really good. Great story. I could see them making a movie, TV show, anything. This is just awesome. Post-apocalyptic, just brilliant. Jonathan Hickman. Damn good book. Okay, then I've got to show you these, and I kind of screwed up, I think, because I got the variant long ago. I didn't think I ordered issue 1, but I did. I ordered an extra issue, so I've got this stuff here, Batman Eternal. I got issue 1. I actually have 2 copies of issue 1. I've got the variant copy, the one that has Jim Gordon on the cover, and I have issue 2 and issue 3. Now, I read the Batman Eternal prologue. I think it was in Batman issue number, I want to say either, it was one of those issues in between 0 year, but it was so damn good, and it totally got me into Batman Eternal. Then I have big props, big shout-outs, because originally I'd only ordered the New 52 Futures End 52-week run, but then I talked with damn, I cannot remember, a guy I talked to pretty much almost every freaking day. Oh man, I'm sorry, Steve McKee. Steve McKee! He told me, Rob, you definitely got to get these. They're so damn good. So I actually do have them all. Issue 4's, I think, in my next stack. Issue 5's in the stack after that. So I'm going to wait till I at least get up to issue 8, and then I'm going to start just hitting these hard and going through these. But that's what I want to do. I want to get 8 issues first, read them all in a row, and just enjoy, and then try to get back on track with my Batmans. And that was about that was pretty much the comics I've read this week so far. I have another one I have Sons of Anarchy. I think it's issue 8. I've got that one to read. I've got Superman, Wonder Woman. My son needs to read SpongeBob SquarePants 31. And then there is a there's another comic book in there I need to read as well. I can't remember though. It's, you know, one of the ones I normally read though. So yeah, just reading right along, taking my time though. You know, there's no rush. Also, a lot of my books are getting canceled, so that's actually pretty cool because now I can save some money. I remember the last time I ordered comics, man, I saved a pretty good amount of money because, well, you know the September thing coming up where there's 3D covers and all that BS again, and Steve McKee, I think he said something funny about it, and I don't remember what it was, but the only one I didn't pre-order any of that stuff. The only thing I would like to go back and get is the Phantom Stranger issue, because we know that they're canceling the Phantom Stranger series, and also maybe the Pandora one, but the Phantom Stranger one, it's supposed to have his last coin fall off, I think, so I may want to check into that, but I'll have to wait a little bit. Moose and squirrel. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments right now. And it is so good to see you guys here, especially Devin. Clever Presents, a not-so-awesome review. It's good to see you. Todd Polly is here, and I've got another shout-out for Todd because I got to show you something he sent me. Howler Mouse is in that house. And I remember, Howler, when you showed that, when you went to the big one my buddy Ben goes to, I'm gonna make it to one of those. It is North Carolina, maybe? Heroes Con, I think's the name. And I will make it to that one of these days. I swear to God, I'm going to meet you. We're going to hang out. It's going to be so cool. One of these years, I'll get there. But Howler actually saw the original guy that was working on the Justice League 3000 and his pages that he did for the comic before DC fired him, screwed him over. You know, and DC does do a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah, Goose says, how do you forget Steve, the legendary Scotsman? That's right. Hell yeah, look at this. See, Howler is the master. If I'm the legend, he's the master. He knows. And it is funny how it was issue 4 of Avengers and issue 4 of Fantastic Four when Namor appeared. It was funny because I was having a problem. It was during Hitman Von Doom's contest, and I made a video. And I always get Namor and Dr. Doom's first appearances mixed up because I always think Dr. Doom's in issue 4, but he's really 5, because Namor's 4, Doom is 5, and in 6, it's Doom and Namor fighting against the Fantastic Four. So very cool. Love me some Howler. Love all these guys in the chat room. Let me get back to some of those stuff, because like I said, I don't want to make it too long. Real quick, if you haven't seen my video already, my special package from Todd Polly, in which Todd Polly, you can check him in the comments right now. He's here. Just right-click on his name. Open him up in a new tab, because don't leave this page, and then subscribe to him. He's got some great video gameplay of Mario Kart. I think it's Mario Kart 8, or maybe it's just called Mario Kart Wii U. But he let me know, and he hooked me up with this. I made sure I sent him the money quick, because I love pop vinyls. I'm addicted to them, and I got sucked back into the addiction with this Ghostbuster set. When he said they had Stay Puft, I said, dude, go ahead and get it for me. I'll pay you. And then he mailed it to me, and it was pretty sweet. It's like it's a bigger figure than normal. And then this one, I've forgotten all about, but I guess I ordered it, and he also bought this one for me, but I had already ordered this out of the preview. So it was Marty riding in the time machine. I wish they would have turned his head to at least face the front of the box. It looks like he's looking at the back of the box. So he's looking at all that lightning in the background. I don't know if you can pick it up, but there's lightning in the background. He's looking at it because he's like, he doesn't know if he needs to fly and get electrocuted like that one time at the end of Back to the Future 2 that sent Doc back to the 1890s or whatever. So very cool. So that's that. And now I'm going to show you some things that I've got off Amazon.com recently. First thing is this. Actually, this didn't come from Amazon. This came from mycomicshop.com. But I've never had a copy of this, and I haven't read this yet. It's the trade paperback of Superman Red Sun. And first time I heard about Red Sun, I was playing Injustice, the video game, Injustice Gods Among Us, which is kind of like a Mortal Kombat game, but there's no fatalities. It's just like other stuff. And they had the Red Sun costume pack, and I was like, what the hell is the Red Sun? So I looked it up, and I found out that it was about what if Superman, it's an Elseworld story. What if Superman's ship crashed down in Mother Russia with Boris and Natasha? That would be fun. But yeah, so it tells that story of Superman as a Russian. So very cool, written by Mark Miller. Artwork looks really good in here. I dig it. It's cool. Who's that? Klaus? Oh, Dave Johnson. My bad. Ooh. Dave Johnson with Andrew Robinson. Yeah, good times. Paul Mounts is the colorist. I know him. So yeah, excited to get that one. Let me put this one back. I've kind of put these in my box until I get my bookshelves. This one came from Amazon, one of those deals where you buy from people that sell used books on Amazon. And this book was going for around $55 to $60, but I got it for like $5.99. And it's Popeye, The First 50 Years by Bud Sagendorf. Hardback. We love knocking these books. I don't know why. But look at that. So damn cool. It's got the cover, the dust cover on here, and it's in great condition. I mean, there's a little tear on the corner there. It's kind of got a little corner cut, but dude, it's in such great shape. I mean, there's a couple of little dings on the top cover, but to get this thing for like $5.99 when it's going for like $60, this is the Popeye, The First 50 Years. Pretty much all art by Bud Sagendorf. It's first printing. It's a 1979 book. We know the Thimble Theater created Popeye in 39 or 29. Let's see. That would be 29. Yeah, 29. Yeah. My math sucks. But it has Setting the Stage, which is, you know, just normal reading about the history with E.C. Seeger. And then starting at page 38, you get the cast of characters, and each of them have like, let me get there. Oh, there's all kind of stuff in here. It's so much fun. Let me see if I can get to the. Oh, you got Sweepy's first appearance. You have a big map of Popeye's hometown. And this is funny. This is like a wimpy day or the path of a moocher isn't easy. So it's just really cool book. It's color illustrations. Oh my god. So we got just all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, like there's your character page. Like that's Alice the Goon. So you get a little background on Alice the Goon, Sweepy's favorite babysitter. But really cool book. I mean the pages inside, dude. It's like they're so awesome. I don't see any dog ears on the pages. And this is like from 79. Oh, they also have is it Giesel or Weasel? Giesel, I think, who has the yeah, it's George W. Giesel. He's the guy that always had the black hat and the real long beard, and he was a Jewish guy in here, and he hated Wimpy. Anyway, I don't know if a lot of you are even interested in Popeye, but it's just something that I've always been wanting, and I'm glad to finally have this book. I love Bud Sagendorf's Popeye. Also have the 6 volumes of all of E.C. Seeger's Thimble newspaper strips, Popeye. They're those huge books I've showed you a while back. But, you know, once I do get the bookshelf and have all the books laid out, you'll be able to see all that stuff really good. Okay. Just kind of checking my... It looks like I'm rolling at 30 frames per second on 480p, so that's looking good. Now, my Amazon haul. I wanted to pick this one up. This is Batman, The Dark Knight Strikes Again. And I read The Dark Knight Returns. And I read Dark Knight Returns after I watched the animated film, Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. And of course, you know, I hate to like be schmoozing and kissing Howler Mouse's little mouse butt, but he told me about the Dark Knight Returns, and I'd heard about it before, and I knew the storyline, I knew the precedents that Batman was an old ass guy and he was coming back to fight in the 80s and everything. But I also found out about this sequel here. I heard it wasn't as good as as the original Frank Miller one. This is Frank Miller as well, but it's got Plastic Man and Shazam in it, so I couldn't pass it up, and I wanted to get the rest of that story. And it just looks really cool. I like the older characters, you know, like older Batman, older Superman, stuff like that. So I'm really excited to read that one. I've been waiting on these for a while because I didn't want to buy the comic books, but this one came out not too long. Actually, I think it came out just last week or something, but this is Injustice hardback. Injustice Gods Among Us volume 2. And this has issues 7 through 12. Oh, that's so cool. There's a Black Adam stuff there. And then I've got this one, which is the volume 1 hardback. So I've got this one as well. And let's see. I don't think these have dust jackets. I think they're just printed on covers. Anyway, they're both sealed, but I got these two. So I love the video game, so I'm sure I'll love the books. And then currently in comics right now, they have a new series called Injustice Year 2 or something like that. So I will be getting those as well when those come out in hardback. So digging that. And then the big one I want to show you tonight. Now I know about right now I'm either pulling out some awesome comic like Amazing Fantasy 15, X-Men 1, Hulk #1, Hulk 181. I know normally right now as I pull out something big, I pull out a key issue. Actually, I had a Disney Infinity character I was going to show, but who cares? Mainly comics tonight. But here's one I want to show. It is Key. It's Key. Look at this. Look at that bad boy. Chester Gould, the complete Dick Tracy, Dailies and Sundays, 1931 to 1933, Volume 1, IDW Publishing. Introduction by Max Allan Collins, who took over this stuff in 87, I think, because, or was it 77? I don't remember, because Chester Gould retired. But we know Max Allan Collins from Road to Perdition, and, you know, that's the only thing I can think of right now. But this, I've been wanting this a long, long time. And I know it's not a comic, but it's hot. Hello? Hello? Tracy? Dick Tracy? You know, he has that little watch. I don't know if you even know that. But this is the full 1931 to 33 series that was in the newspaper, the daily newspapers, and on the Sunday papers. And it's pretty damn violent. I've looked through there. There's a deal where mobsters, like other mobsters, like they're getting them to talk by like using a blowtorch on their feet, like you got something to say, and they're like what is that? What do you call that? Like where you like pin someone down and you like do bad things to them. The fuck is that called? You pin them down, you do bad shit to them, making them talk. See, I'm really bad with words sometimes. I don't know. It's bully shit, really. But I know there's another word for it because some soldiers do it to get them to talk. Anyway, but like there's some good violence in here. Not that I'm like all for violence, but it was the 30s. You know what I mean? And like Al Capone style, mafia, mobsters. These books run usually $20 to $25. They're pretty thick books. It's about an inch and a half. Only thing about this one, I went ahead and did a deal where I'm going to mail this one back because it has that rip. It's got a ripped up. What is this thing? A dust cover. So this is $34.99 cover price, but I got it for 23 or so. They run around 20 to 25 on Amazon. So I already filled out the deal to get a replacement. Also has the little ribbon, the little bookmark ribbony thing in there. So I ordered this one here. So I'm going to mail this back and get another one with hopefully no rip in the dust jacket. And I went ahead and ordered volume 2. Here's my volume 2. Volume 2 looks good. But there's about 17 volumes of these. So what my plan is, I'm going to read a couple, see if I like them, and if I continue to like them, then I'll go ahead and get the rest of them. But I've always been a Dick Tracy. I love Dick Tracy movies. I love the old Dick Tracy 60s cartoon, which I think you can buy that on Amazon as well. The cartoon was really cool. But I'm excited to read these. I don't know how long it'll take me. Usually I'm a pretty slow guy, but this is volume 2, so very cool. And so it's like I'm gonna have a shit ton of these probably for my bookshelf one of these days. Now this one says $29.99. This one was $34.99. So maybe they've come down in price since volume 2, or maybe they just weren't selling enough. But this volume 1 that I have is a I think it's a 4th printing, and 4th printing, November 2013. It has a Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube picture in there, so it's new school. But it's so cool. I mean, I love these books because this is the old school. You know what I mean? Like, I also have Popeye one here that I haven't opened yet. It's the Bobby London Popeye, the 1986 to 89 newspaper dailies. So I've got this here, which is another IDW one. So I really dig the books IDW puts out. They do such a great job, especially on like newspaper style books. So I'm real pleased to have those and start that collection on the Dick Tracy stuff, because I'm not really into Dick Tracy comic books, because all those comic books, Dick Tracy comic books that Harvey did, were pretty much reprints and everything of Chester Gould's dailies and weekend things. Or that's what I've heard. I've never really read one of the Harvey ones before, but I'm totally pumped. I'm totally digging that, and I'm slow on my like I said, I'm slow on my comic book reading, but I'm still enjoying my collection and enjoying watching everyone's videos, or at least I'm trying to watch people's videos. It's just hard sometimes. Summertime's real hard for me because it's my busiest time at work. Every day at work there's a show we put on. So story time, guitar playing, music and movement, fun with baby, all kind of stuff. Magic shows, stinky bugs and fossils that the guy brought in. So, and then plus my kids are doing things for the summer because they're out of school. Wife's busy doing all kind of stuff. It's like, during the summer, if you have a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home husband that are at home during the summer, they're like working double hard because they're doing kid stuff and their normal work home stuff. So everyone's being busy there. All right, let me look at some of the comments here. I don't know if there's a way I guess this is the comments. So I want to just give some quick shout outs. Wait. Clever Presents says, oh, rape, torture, interrogate. Yeah, Devin, it's torturing them. I don't know if they have rape in the Dick Tracy stuff, but from the reviews I read, hell, there could be some rape in there. There could be all kind of crap, and I know they do interrogating in there too. So yeah, it's good to see Devin. For a minute there, I thought you meant rape, like we're talking another comic video talking about rape, but that's not the case. I'm gonna try to never say the R word again. All right, but the Adams segment in Dark Knight Strikes is the best thing in the whole book. This Goon Island is in there, and actually the funny thing was, me and my son Jackson, the littlest, I call him Mini Legend. We have the Popeye 60s collection that Warner Brothers Archives put out, and it has the one Goon Island where these butthole guys, evil guys, are trying to use the goons as slaves and stuff like that, and Popeye saves the day. Yeah, Goon Island is in there. All the history of that stuff's in there, so it's a very good book. I've only read like the first 2 or 3 chapters. But we got my buddy Cody, the Prince of Records. Definitely check him out if you're into vinyl collecting or vinyl Totally check out Cody, the Prince of Records. Right click on his name, open up a new tab, subscribe to him. And also Cosmo Bosco 771 is here. Just a great guy, always been a strong supporter of the Great Legends show. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have to show tonight. Like I said, I'm sending this one back Monday. Amazon has a great, I love the folks in Amazon because, dude, it's like, you go on their website, you say return, you say, okay, box was fine, product was damaged. I chose to mail it back myself because I don't want to go to UPS and drop it off with all that crap. So I'm just going to mail it USPS back to them, and then they've actually already sent out the new one. So as long as they get that back by August 4th, you know, they won't charge my credit card, and they'll reimburse me $3.99 for me to ship it. So very cool thing that Amazon has got going. And fans, that's about all for today. I just want you to know, Great Legends still here, throwing up videos here and there. Just really busy. I've got some of this room cleaned, and I've thrown away a lot of boxes. But then the more stuff I throw away, the more stuff I find. I still have a lot of Deathlock. I've got to put away. I still have to make a CGC video because there's some books I need to send to CGC, and then I need to sell some of those books because I need some moolah for other things. So I've got Universal monster action figures that need to go somewhere. I've got Bowen statues. I got my big sideshow thing over there. I got Kotobukiya stuff over here. So yeah, a lot of stuff. Let me see how long this thing goes. I'll try to show you some stuff. Like, so, a bunch of crap on the floor, boxes, comic drawer boxes, which are going to move all the way to this corner over here. Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Chris, who's watching, aka y'all know him as the Coos Crusader. And I'll be joining him in a minute if he's still awake on Xbox. There's my Skylanders McDonald's Skylanders Giants display. Hans got me. I've got my dog, Rex the dog over there, which he needs to go in a garage sale. He's a sweet toy. The Captain Strangelove drum barrel. The King Joe Amish hat. Bowen Sandman statue down there. What is that? A white. Oh, I hate these things. My wife got these. What you do is you like put bills in them. Here's another one. You like kind of put bills in them and stuff. Oh, look, I know y'all like that. That's like the never-ending story. Anyway, these are stupid. Look, like they have names on like lawn and pest, homeowners, blah 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 blah. So those are stupid. Insidious, if you ever seen that, it's a kick-ass movie. Go get it. These are my Popeye DVD collections, which I'm hoping they do more of these. This is the originals, the Fleischer Studios volumes. So very cool there. I got volume 1, 2, and 3. So we go 1933 all the way up to 43. So that's that collection. So they're supposed to do that collection. And holy crap, I'm accidentally showing some addresses there. But anyway, it's my computer. See-through. Awesome. Built it myself. It's a beast. But anyways, yeah, all of this corner here, that's where I want to put the drawer boxes. Need to get rid of some of that crap there. Boxes, books. That little desk right there that has some of the Kotobukiyas on there. And it has my Funko thing, which I don't display because the box is screwed up and it's a bobblehead. I hate bobbleheads. But I may unwrap him. That's my mini fridge there. My mini fridge is going to get scooted over closer to, there's a paper shredder there, closer to the arcade machine. And then in that corner here is going to be where all my drawer boxes go, because behind where the drawer boxes are now is going to be a sweet bookshelf. Oh yeah, and I got this Popeye. There's a Popeye action figure deal. Mezco Popeye. There's the Ghostbusters Legos up there as well. All that crap's got to come off those drawer boxes so I can move those. Again, for anyone that's late, I pulled out an issue of Fantastic Four for Jean Paul Ace Peter. Let me put the wire back there. I don't want my kids pulling my stuff down. I would play some games for y'all if y'all wanted to see some see some gaming. Let's see, let me scoot that. Is that good? Or that kind of center? Ah, hell, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, let's show this one again. This is issue 129 because GPAP's trying to get his Thundra first appearance. There we go. And I've told y'all this 1,000 times, and I'm gonna get it done soon. It's just, see the whole top row. That's 6 boxes. All of those boxes on the top are filled with issues of Fantastic Four. Volume 1 all the way up to the current volume, plus all the annuals. Both volumes of FF are in there. Marvel 2 and 1's not in there yet. I've got them, I'm still bagging those, but that's John Byrne's Marvel 2 and 1 was my favorite. So then his 1 through 36 on the Thing. Volume 2 Thing, which was issues 1 through 8, which came out I think in 06. I can't remember, but yeah, so what I'm trying to say is I'm going to be showing all of those Fantastic Fours in a future video series. I don't know how I want to do it yet. I talked to a buddy of mine, and we were maybe like, you know, people don't watch videos in parts, but are they going to watch me 2 hours showing like over 700 books? I don't think so. So I'm going to have to put it in parts. And inspiration behind my doing this is, you know, just everyone needs to see Fantastic Four because it's one of the greatest comics of all time. It's not Avengers or X-Men, but to me it's just as good, probably even better. I'm kind of like a fanboy, if you will, of Fantastic Four. But I want to show all those, and Captain Strangelove had a really good one that he showed. Actually, Howler had the same in when he did his Astro City, when he showed all his Astro Cities. But Hans did one where he was showing, I think, the first 300 issues of Amazing Spider-Man, and it's on his channel. If you want to see those books, definitely check out his video. But he works them backwards. I think it's like a 300 down to issue 1, and I kind of want to do the same thing. Start at what's out currently, which I haven't read. I've only read issue 1 through 3 so far. I think 1 through 3. Yeah, because the very end, Johnny Storm loses his powers, I think, at the end of issue 3. But I want to go to today, and I want to rewind it all the way back to 61. I'm not going to show the Thing solo stuff yet, and I'm only going to show 11 issues of FF, the ones that I talked about already. After Fantastic Four 588, then it ran FF, Future Foundation, to 11 issues, and then it brought it back for issue 600 of Fantastic Four, but they still kept FF going in its own series, so it's kind of just hard to explain, but I'll show all that stuff to you later. Let me check comments one more time, see if anyone else has joined us for this evening. I know this was short notice, and I do appreciate the 10 live viewers that are watching right now. If you like this, give me thumbs up. If you didn't, please give me thumbs down. It kind of lets me know like how I'm doing. Sometimes, you know, if you think I'm rambling too much, give me a couple of extra thumbs down. That's okay. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone watching the show tonight, and I'm glad to be back. You know, putting up stuff every now and then. You know, Comic Book Friday, Comic Book Saturday, they're always going to be live. It's just they have to take a little back seat because I just don't have a lot of time during the summertime. But hopefully in the fall we can do this like maybe every week again, or at least 2 times a month. But you know what? That's okay, because if you can't see the Great Legend on the Great Legend Show live, all these folks on the comments here, you can go to their channel and you'll always find something and learn something new. I'm talking about Jean Paul Ace Peter, a not so awesome review. Check him out because he's been doing some things with his buddy Todd Polly, finally just getting into the videos, which is great, and he's starting off small with some gameplay, but eventually I'm hoping he shows some of his Amazing Spider-Man collection. Howler Mouse, if you don't know him, just go ahead and just chop your wiener off, torture yourself. So if you don't know him, chop your wiener off. If you don't want your wiener chopped off, go to Howler Mouse, subscribe to him, and you'll have your wiener on you forever. Devin Clever Presents, representing those UNT Eagles. God bless you, brother. You're always a good friend. Cody, the Prince of Records, my brother from another mother out in Denver. My main man from Mile High. one of the coolest vinyl collections I know, and one of the just coolest guys I know. Glad you're here with us. Check him out if you're anything into vinyl. Cosmo Bosco 71, always a pleasure him being here. And everyone else. Oh yeah, Prince wants me to know. The bobbleheads, man, the Funko bobbleheads, I just don't know. I don't like their heads bobbling around and all that. And you know what pissed me off a little bit about the Marvel the Marvel Funkos? They've got the Thing, and they've got Doctor Doom, which I don't really like Doctor Doom, and the reason I told Hitman Von Doom this, because that stupid-ass Fantastic Four #5 cost me quite a bit of money, and it was one of those books, like, the only reason I bought that was just to have the whole collection of Fantastic Four. Other than that, I hate that asshole. I hate Doctor Doom because he's an asshole. But that's the thing. Stan Lee made that guy a bad guy. And William Thorne's probably like laughing his butt off. But you know what, Thorne? I hate Doctor Doom, okay, buddy? So screw you. I hate Doctor Doom. And, you know, my Fantastic Four team will beat any of your villains on any freaking day. You better believe that. Even though I still love you. All right, fans. This is the Great Legend. Thank you again for all coming out to watch the show. This is the Great Legend saying peace out and God bless.